What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with our video. Get those 10s and 20 views. It is Thursday, which means time for my NFL weekly predictions. Week 7. We're already in week 7 of football. This season and year and life is just flying by. That one, I forgot what song it is, but someone said like days are long, but years go by. But something along those lines. Basically saying like time flies, but days just don't feel like it. But enough of that. Last week I won a very good 10-5. Yes. Brings me to 51-42 on the year. Now that's doing good. We're doing good. What is that? 80% right, I think, something along those lines. I have no idea. I tried math, but it didn't work. But enough of that. Let's get on to business. The predictions. Why you're here. Also, maybe here to see more logo changes. I'm going to do a lot more. There's a few teams that are being a pain in my butt. I'm looking at you, Jacksonville. I'm looking at you, Minnesota. But tonight we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New Orleans Saints in the cheapest game of the week. Tickets as low as $24. I actually think this could be a good game. Neither team has looked great. Uh, and this could be a very good week for the Carolina Panthers, on a bye, and the Saints are losing. I'm going Jacksonville. No. They just don't trust the Saints at anything. And Jacksonville can be good, but it also looks bad at times. Moving on to the Sunday games, we got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Chicago Bears. New Bears logo. The Bears one is just weird. I couldn't figure anything out with it. But I am going Vegas. Bears still look god awful. They are possibly the worst team in football. And that's saying something as a Panthers fan where we don't have a win and I still feel like we're the third worst team. I think Bears, Broncos, Giants, us, like we're like in the fight with like the Giants of like who's the third worst. But yeah, so Vegas. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns versus the Indianapolis Colts. One. Well done, Cleveland. I did not give you a chance to beat the Eagles. I think you played last week. You knocked off. No, you knocked off San Fran. Yeah, with a backup quarterback, with a backup running back. Change to week 37. Thank you. Um, yeah. So also all the Panthers fans out there that keep saying all this stuff about Steve Folks. He lost to PJ Walker and a bunch of nobodies. Just saying. And I'm actually giving Cleveland you guys the win this week. So 2 in a row. Good job. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots. Um, Buffalo, New England. I think New England's having this the kind of the Colts where the Colts did with Peyton Manning, where they had one bad year, got Andrew Luck, and then shot right back up. So yes, I think New England's going to drop down, grab either Caleb Williams, who's just saying dumb things that isn't going to help his career. Drake Mays, Bo Nix, one of those guys, and just jump right back up. But I am going Buffalo Bills. Next up, we have the Washington Commanders versus the New York Giants. Like I said, Giants are in contention for one of the worst teams in football. Washington. They are mid. Best way I can describe it. 1 to 2 pieces away from being like a contender. But right now they're mid. And it's not even quarterback. It's more offense and defensive line, I think. That's their problem. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. One of these two teams has to lose or tie. A tie would be interesting. But I don't predict ties. I'm going Tampa. I think Tampa's a more complete team. I think Atlanta is going to be one of those teams picking in like the 12 to 14 range, looking at like Bo Nix, JJ McCaffrey, the kid from Washington. Sorry, dude, I don't know your name. A kid from Duke. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks out there. I think Atlanta's picking up one of them. Next up, you got the Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. Side note: these are right now two of my favorite remakes that I've done. And all I'm really doing outside of Buffalo and slightly the Bears, it's just color swap. But I am going Detroit. They are healthy. They're playing great football. Also, I can see Detroit potentially drafting a quarterback in round one. Because I think they'll make the playoffs. So it'll be like 25, 26. So draft the quarterback just in case Goff falls off. Just saying. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Los Angeles Rams. This could be a good game. I think the Steelers are coming off a bye. The Rams are playing good, playing bad. Type when they're like that team, yeah, they're coming off a bye. So, but they got Cooper Kupp back, and I am going Rams. I just think they have too much firepower, and they can figure it out. They'll fight with Frisco for that NFC West. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. My least favorite one. I couldn't do much with it. Much like that, I go in Seahawks. I don't think the Cardinals really have much to go with. Next up is the GPS Bowl between the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. Once I'm done work, will be in one of their two streams, Mr. Tom Grassi and Brandon Perna. I find them interesting. They're kind of the reason why I started doing this, more or less Tom. And because of that, I am going Packers. I think Denver is the worst team in football. No, second worst. They actually beat the Bears and came back to beat the Bears. So, yeah. Next up is the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think this game could be good. I don't think so. Chiefs. Next up, the most expensive game is the Miami Dolphins versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be actually a true test for both teams. The Dolphins had one good quarter against Carolina, and then granted they shut down the fourth quarter, but still. The second quarter, they put up 21 points. So the Dolphins can score quickly. The Eagles tend to just drop off in like the third, fourth quarter when it comes to scoring. So can they keep up? And the issue with Miami is, can they get the Eagles off the field with that good offensive line? I'm saying yes. I'm going Dolphins. And the Monday night game with tickets as low as $53. You have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Minnesota Vikings. Niners, I don't think this game is going to be close. Minnesota is potentially going to turn into a yard sale very soon. Kirk Cousins isn't going anywhere. He says he's not waiving no trade clause. No Panthers game this week. No Panthers game this week. No Panthers news so far. Scott Fitter still somehow has a job. Carolina still hasn't traded for a number one wide receiver to give Adam Thielen some help. It's like, you got Thielen. Tommy Tremble looked great last week. Why haven't we made moves? Why? That's it. That's all I have for you. I will see you weird people later.